Hi everyone. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through how to put together a thoughtful care package for a disabled or chronically ill family member or loved one. We'll be talking today about why care packages can be so meaningful and, more importantly, how to make sure that what you're giving this person is actually helpful and not just well-intentioned. I'll go through different categories of items you might want to include, such as hygiene essentials for low energy days, maybe some snacks, pain relief items, practical tools that make daily life easier, and things for entertainment and mental well-being. I'll also share the reasons why each of these things can make a real difference. So let's do this. When someone you love is disabled or living with a chronic illness, it's natural to want to help. You love them, after all. But the most meaningful support doesn't come from guessing. It comes from listening. A care package can be a beautiful way to show that you care, but everyone's needs, symptoms, and preferences are different. Sometimes they will even vary day to day. So before you buy anything, the most important step is to simply ask what would actually be helpful, because the goal isn't just to give things that they may or may not use, it's to give support that actually makes their lives a little bit easier. Asking questions is a great way to connect with others and to understand them better. So I'll split this off into different categories of stuff to make it easier. Let's start with hygiene and personal care though. Hygiene and personal care items can make a really big difference on low energy days, when even tasks that can seem basic or insignificant to you might feel overwhelming or unmanageable for them. Something as simple as mouthwash can help to maintain oral hygiene when brushing teeth is too exhausting or difficult, and you can get little bottles of it so that it's easier for them to handle, and maybe even disposable cups so that they can spit the excess out. Another worthwhile idea here is to add bath or body wipes, which can offer an easy alternative to showering and can reduce fatigue, dizziness, or pain from standing. Dry shampoo similarly is another helpful option for staying fresh without the effort of a full wash, and small comforts like lip balm or moisturizer can ease dryness caused by chronic illnesses or medications that they might be taking. Altogether, these kinds of items support both the dignity and comfort of a person, helping them to feel more like themselves when everyday routines have become really difficult to manage. Food and snacks can be a really helpful part of a care package too, but they're also something you should always include with perhaps consent. Shelf-stable options like crackers, protein bars, dried fruit can be great because they're easy to access when cooking isn't possible, while familiar comfort foods can provide both nourishment and a sense of familiarity. Electrolyte drinks or powders can also be useful for managing fatigue, dehydration, or certain health conditions like POTS. However, it's very important to check first for dietary restrictions, allergies, nausea triggers, or texture sensitivities, as these can vary widely. Food can be comforting, but it can also be really complicated, so taking the time to ask makes all the difference. Depending on their illness, they may not actually be able to eat at all, so again, please be cautious, and if you're in doubt, just ask the person what snacks they would like. I would emphasize that shelf-stable options are smart because they can keep them near the bed or chair if they have limited mobility. And paper plates are also really great for this. They may not be able to get up and get a plate after all, so just a little tip there. It's great to reduce waste and refuse, of course, but not at the expense of eating or of well-being. The next group of things I'm going to talk about are comfort and pain relief options. Comfort and pain relief items can offer simple but effective support for managing day-to-day symptoms. Reheatable heat packs, for example, are great for easing muscle or joint pain or even cramps, or ice packs similarly can help reduce inflammation or migraines. There are even migraine caps if your friend is prone to having migraines frequently. Soft blankets or cozy socks, also a great winner. They can make a big difference, especially since temperature regulation is a common issue for many people with chronic illnesses. These kinds of items provide quick and non-medicated relief and an added sense of comfort when it's needed the most. Really important to add, I don't recommend providing them with medications if they have a pain-related condition unless they specifically asked you for this. They are probably already being supported with managing this by their doctors. But these options are all reasonably safe that I've listed here. Practical aids, our next category, can make a big difference by reducing physical strain and making everyday tasks just a bit more manageable. A grabber or reacher stick, for example, can help to pick up items without the need to bend or stretch, which is especially useful for those with mobility issues or with chronic pain. A bedside organizer or tray can help to keep essential items within reach, minimizing unnecessary movement. A dear friend of mine got me one actually, and I use it all the time, so it's very helpful. Lap trays can make meal times easier as well, or even a laptop table that they can use in the bed. Easy open containers or jar grips can be helpful for anyone dealing with joint pain or weakness. Little tools like these might seem simple, but they can make everyday tasks feel that much more manageable. Entertainment and mental well-being are of course an important part of any care package, especially since chronic illness often involves being in periods of rest for a long time or isolation. Items like books, audiobooks for example, can provide a sense of escapism and relaxation, whilst puzzle or colouring books offer gentle and low-energy activities to pass the time. A streaming subscription gift card might also give them flexible entertainment options, depending on their energy levels. A journal or a notebook might similarly be helpful for mental health, reflection, or even symptom tracking. These kinds of items can support emotional well-being and make the difficult days feel a little lighter. My Kindle is a lifesaver and I listen to lots of music, so if it were me, I'd never turn down a good pair of headphones. But again, when you think about entertainment needs, it's important to really think about what they will actually value and use. Emotional support items, the last category for today, are just as meaningful, if not more so. A handwritten note can feel deeply personal and reassuring, while photos or small keepsakes can remind someone that they're loved and that they're not alone. Thoughtful touches like open when letters, such as, open when you're having a tough day, can provide comfort exactly when it's needed the most. These simple gestures show that you care and can build connection up together, reinforcing that emotional support is just as important as physical comfort. Customizing the care package is what makes it truly meaningful, so it's worth tailoring it to the individual as much as possible. This might include condition-specific items, if appropriate, as well as small personal touches, like their favourite scents, only if they tolerate them, or items that reflect their hobbies or interests. These thoughtful details show that you've really considered who they are and what brings them comfort as a person. At the same time, there are a few things to be careful with. Strong fragrances can sometimes trigger symptoms, so they're not always a safe choice. Fragrance-free products might be a better choice, depending again on the individual. It's also best to avoid including random supplements, medications, or wellness products without checking first, as these can be unhelpful or even harmful to someone's health. Please, please, please don't give them supplements without asking. I am begging you. Bear in mind that they are going to know a lot about their health conditions, and that you may not have enough insight perhaps to offer them the right options for them. And whilst it's tempting to include lots of items, too much can be a bit overwhelming, so keeping things simple and intentional is often more effective. It's perhaps a sensible idea to consider making a list of what you plan to get them and giving them that first. That way, they can veto anything that they might not use, and you can focus on getting them the most useful things. This also gives them a chance to add some things to the list that you and I haven't thought about together here today. Most importantly, giving them a single list takes pressure off of them to have to keep saying yes or no to different things to make decisions about what they might want. Ultimately, the most meaningful care packages aren't the most expensive. They're the ones that show you've listened, understood your friend, and truly care. Even getting your friend or family member one thing on this list will help them to feel seen and to feel loved. If you've made it this far, please know that I'm very grateful to you. If this episode has resonated with you or helped you, please take a second to like it, to subscribe, or to share it with someone who might need to hear this message from me today. you might find that you make a big difference to their life as well. We make a lot of videos on this channel about chronic illness, disability, neurodivergence, and mental health. And I'm always really interested to see what it is that people want to see more of. If you have any thoughts about this video, please put them down in the comments section below, and do check the description if you're interested in working with me on a one-to-one basis around chronic illnesses, as I do also offer private counselling services. Thank you so much for watching, and take really good care.